Aloha and mahalo. On Successors Data, we post inheritance property records from Alaska to Hawaii to help the heirs to liquidate their properties. I want to take you to the beautiful islands of Hawaii. I want to show you some inheritance property records that we posted, and some people took advantage of them at a great discount. But just to make what is already good even better, I'm going to show you an Excel trick to show you, let's say you have 2,000 records of properties in 50 different zip codes. Would you like to know how many records are in each zip code? Well, it's a quick Excel fix. I'll show you how to do that. And then we're going to take one zip code for records in Hawaii. Those are the inheritance properties that have not sold or transferred title yet. Sure, some of them are in escrow, some are under contract, but as of yet, the title is still in the decedent name. I'll show you how to take those records, plot them in one zip code. Let's say you're in Chicago, you can take a look at them and then decide the one that you want to go drive by when you go to Hawaii. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. Don't neglect Hawaii to wholesale or flip deals. There's a lot of money there. Before we go, I want to take a quick second to thank socialflow.pro. If you need social marketing outreach, please contact them. The link is in the description and they can give you their opinion. It doesn't cost you anything. I am at leadcruncher.com and we're going to go look at the inheritance properties under the tab Successors Data. In my account at Successor Data tab, there is 3 million records of inheritance property records, basically 3 million records of properties in this country. They are in transition. We call them transition. They're going to get transferred one way or another. Every 2 weeks, a robot from Amazon will go through the subscribers' accounts and we'll look at every single property to see if they're sold or transfer title. Then it will remove those records from my data page, transfer them to my data sold to save them from wasting money on contacting a property that is sold. The first property that we're gonna look is the property on Eva Beach, Hawaii. The property belonged to Federico Bisquera Trust. Now, Mr. Bisquera put the property in a living trust. He passed away on March 19. And here's the information on the property. The property sold on May 3, 2023, so it was resolved for the family to sell the property. Here's the Z estimate, $694,000. Guess how much the property sold for? $466,375. Somebody really got a very good deal. Even Redfin had to reanalyze their algorithm, but quickly they realized the property is worth about $700,000 because of the supporting comps. 466 to 694. Is there a lot of margin? Absolutely. Is there enough comps to support the value? Even at $700,000, you better believe it. This is the beauty of the inheritance property records. In fact, the property was listed with Tarish Kim, and you can see, you can even contact her. Nowhere, anywhere on the MLS says the reason we're selling the property is because somebody passed away. Nowhere. But that is the underlying reason behind the sale. This property belonged to Elizabeth Matsura. She passed away in year 2000. We posted the record 2 weeks after she passed away, so there was plenty of time for somebody to contact the family to buy the property. This is the evaluation price for this property. At one point, the property was hitting $3.4 million on the evaluation. You may say this is not 100% accurate, but you'll be surprised how often it's very close to it. Finally, the family decided to get rid of this property and they dropped the price down to about $1.2 million, and there comes the offer. It is a house plus a 3,000 square feet industrial building right next to it. We're looking at 126 Fund B, High Street in Hilo, Hawaii. This property belonged to Nakashima family and the individual passed away on March 15, 2023. They were remodeling the house, work in progress, and the individual passed away. An investor came and picked up the entire project just like the way it is. Great deal. The property on 1512 Humo Place in Pearl City, Hawaii. Property belonged to Iris Maura. She passed away on 3/2/2022. The property sold on December 4, 2023. The sales price was $750,000. And look at the evaluation on the property. From the time they closed the escrow, the estimate of property valuation is about $127,000 higher. The reason for that is when a property sells at a deep discount, Redfin will take 2 or 3 or 4 months to adjust their algorithm to see Is there a validity behind that sales price or not? If they then find more comps and they say, no, this was just a deal that was basically lowball property sold at a deep discount. No, our numbers are correct. The comps are still supported. Quickly, they bounce back on a value. Here is the Excel trick I want you to learn. I have a list of 9,331 records of properties in this Excel file. And these records are in multiple different zip codes. What I want to know quickly is how many records are in each zip code. I will put the mouse here, then I hold Shift Control key and I press the down arrow key. And quickly, this is going to say we have from H2 to 9,331 records in this file. I say comma, then I copy this piece right here, Control C, I paste it right next to it, and I close the parenthesis and watch the magic. How about that? It's telling me there are 237 records in this zip code, 422 in this zip code. I want to take it even further. We're going to put the mouse in a corner and we're going to click right here. And let's say I want to take the records from this particular zip code that has got 769 records. To do that, I am going to uncheck that one zip. I want to delete all the records right here, right? I can do it, but because I want to save the heading, I'm going to just quickly highlight it and we're going to get rid of all these records. But the zip code that I want, they're still there. Now I could have copied that zip code by itself, but no big deal. That other zip code is still hidden behind Excel. If you put the mouse here and click on this one, believe me, those records are there, and remove the duplicate records, and there it is, that one zip code with 771 records. We're going to say google.com/maps/d/. Create a new map. I want to import my file. This is one zip code in Honolulu with inheritance property records at successors data. Is this mind-boggling or what? And you want to find that property, you want to list that property, you want to wholesale that property, you want to buy that property. I tell people, drive by and knock on the doors. You're going to park the car here, you're going to talk to this one. You're going to park the car here, you're going to talk to this one. Then you're going to talk to this one. This is how simple it is. With this much information available, and you can change the map. I can tell the system I want the address to show up right in front of the property. Uniform style, no labels. Yes, I want the labels. If I had the owner's name, I can put it there. Another thing I like to do, I like to put the property address there. Look at the beauty of this thing. Because when I'm down the street, I know exactly which property I'm looking for. The address will show up right there. So I'm taking this one as a label and I put them on the property address. If I click right here, it's going to tell me everything on that property record right there. Looking at this property, I see the owner name, I can see the property mailing address, I can have the Z estimate, I see the square footage, lot size, year built, all that information is there with me. If you like the content of this video, you find more videos like it on my channel. We hear this from people all the time, but those little mouse clicks will go a long way to help in the algorithm. So please click the little thumb guide. Please subscribe and help yourself with all my tools linked in the description. These are tools me and my teams have developed over the years, tools I wish I had when I started in real estate. Thank you for watching and have a great day.